We're getting ready for a battle of the professionals today. We have two teams from Remodelers Advantage ready to square off on the warehouse floor. We'll give them the tools and the materials. It's up to them to build. Plug in the power source. It's Warehouse Warriors. Hi, I'm your host, Master Contractor Ed Del Grande, and welcome to Warehouse Warriors, the fun, exciting, do-it-yourself competition show that lets two teams show off their building and design skills. We give them everything they could possibly want in our fully stocked warehouse, everything except a lot of time. Once we tell them the project, they only have 8 hours to complete the job. Helping as always, my woodworking wizards, the magical Sherry Ray Russell and Scott Branscombe.
Thanks, Ed. Our warehouse is fully stocked. The tools have been sharpened. We checked all the supplies. Everything is here for today's show.
Once our teams get started, Scott and I can help with construction, but we can't have any input on design. The ideas have to come from them. At the end of 8 hours, our panel of judges will score these projects based upon 3 criteria: design, execution, and most importantly, their creativity. Total score is out of a possible 100 points, and it breaks down like this. Design, which is the concept the team had for the project, is worth 20% of the score. Execution, which is how well they executed the design, is worth 30% of the score. And creativity, which is our most important category, is worth half or 50% of the final score.
When the sawdust settles and the day is done, every teammate gets a prize and both projects are donated to charity. What do you say, guys? Okay, let's meet the teams. Today's red team is from the full-service designing, building, and remodeling company called One Stop Remodeling. Their captain is Scott Richards, the president of the company. Scott's been in the building industry for 30 years and has done projects in India, Germany, and Italy. Joining Scott is Tad Frederick, the lead carpenter for the company. Tad's done everything from decks and fences to full kitchen remodeling. And finally, Mike Griffin, the other lead carpenter for One Stop. Mike's a skilled builder who says there isn't a project he hasn't tried to tackle. Our blue team today is from Classic Remodeling and Construction, another full-service company. Their leader is Bob Fleming, the owner of the company. Bob's been in the business for years and has done everything from basic repairs to $500,000 renovations. Joining Bob are his employees. The first is Mark Henry, a lead carpenter who's been with the company for 3 years. While Mark can do it all, his favorite projects are those involving trim work. With Mark today is Dale Taylor, a builder who says that for any project the company tries to tackle, they always strive for perfection. That should make our judges very happy. This is a special treat today. 2 totally professional building teams from Savannah, Georgia and Charleston, South Carolina. So on top of being professional rivalries, it's kind of like an interstate thing going on. So this is going to be fun. Anything that we could do for you today?
Yeah, we'd like a third now, third when we start, and a third halfway through.
Look, I'm just amazed that you guys showed up on the job. So, here are the rules. When the door closes, I'm the only one that gets to go back and forth to check on the progress. No peeking. When the horn sounds, tools down, you're done. Now that I told you how we finish, let's get started.
All right.
Okay, Scott, Sherry Ray, what are we building today?
Ed, it's awful early, so Sherry Ray and I need to get our job a jump start. But we also need the teams to incorporate these.
That's right, guys. You need to build something that either stores, organizes, or displays these cups. Okay? You can build anything you want, but you got to incorporate these cups. You got it?
You got it, guys? All right. This is a contractor's favorite tool, the coffee cup. Build around it. Ready to go?
Ready.
Okay. Scott, Sherry Ray, close the door.
See you now. You're done.
I've started the clock, and with coffee cups to work around, the teams get started on their designs. When we come back, we'll see what creative ideas they've come up with. Stick around for more fun on Warehouse Warriors. off to a fast start in the warehouse today as both teams of professional remodeling companies work on today's assignment, building something that incorporates coffee cups. As both sides kick around ideas, Sherry Ray and I will go over some basics. Sherry Ray, kind of a tough challenge for both teams today. We'll give them coffee mugs and they have to build around the mug or incorporate it. You could do something if you want to display your mugs, like a display cabinet or a piece of furniture that you could sit down and enjoy coffee.
Like in my house, I have hooks right above the kitchen sink. But sometimes, you know, let's say you live in an earthquake zone, this isn't all that safe.
Yeah.
So I found this.
Oh, because you don't like displaying on shelves, do you? You like hooks. Look
Check
at this.
this out. Spin it
Whoa!
away.
And it's locked in.
Totally strong.
I like hanging around with you. I get some good tips. And look, it's even shiny brass, so this is a great way to display any type of coffee mug.
It's fun.
One thing, though, if it's going to be a piece of furniture, forget about showing off. You want to make this strong first. Use good joints.
Yeah, you don't want to use a butt joint. It's too weak.
Yeah.
Something like a rabbit joint or a dado joint.
A dado joint.
Yeah.
Something that's a good, strong joint, but also makes the piece look great. Well, Sherry, all I can think of left is someplace to sit, like a bar stool or a chair. What do you like better?
You know me, Ed. I like the bar stools.
I'll join her. While Sherry Ray and I chatted, her team wasted no time coming up with their design, and they took the coffee cup idea to new heights. Their plan is to construct a mini coffee cafe. It'll be made up of a round table in the shape of a coffee cup, showcasing the company's name on the front. In the back will be storage drawers for coffee accessories, and on the top will be a tiled counter space. Next to the table will be 2 tall chairs, also in the shape of coffee cups, complete with copper cut in the shape of steam. The blue team is settled on a piece of furniture they'd enjoy having on the job site. They're designing a large toolbox for a construction site with a couple of drawers for storage. But that's not all. The box will also serve as a coffee break seating area, complete with 2 fold-down Adirondack chairs, seat cushions, and a center storage counter where they can sip coffee. What's more, the entire structure will have casters and a handle so it can be moved from site to site. Back on the red side, Mike gets started on the stools, using the circular saw to cut pieces of 3/4-inch plywood he'll use for the seats.
I'm just making a little jig to run a circle so we can cut circle tops. Just took a 2x4 and made a notch in it to put on my screw on my center mark. And then I'm going to cut all 4 circles at the same time out of one piece of plywood.
Then Tad uses the jigsaw to carefully cut along the lines he traced. Cheers.
Cheers. Good morning.
Good morning. It's always a pleasure starting off a morning with a cup of coffee.
Oh, awesome. Well, what was so crazy was we were holding these cups, deciding what are we going to do with them, and Scott said, why don't we make a table that looks like a cup of coffee? And then Tad said, well, yeah, structurally we could do it like this, and he got into the dimensions, and then Mike added this, which is great, taking a stool 30 inches high and doing the back of the stool as the steam, so when you pull the chairs up, it's steam.
It's hot steam coming off the cup. Well, okay, let me get this straight. So you started off with something really creative, like a theme of a coffee cup. Then you had the accessories that you added, like the stools.
Yeah.
And then the last part is you're going to make it all functional.
Yes.
So this is going to be a real piece of furniture.
Absolutely. And the very last thing that we said was, what are we going to call the cafe? And these guys happen to work together. Scott owns a company called One Stop. So we're calling it Cafe One Stop.
Well, the guys from One Stop Remodeling are sure picking up steam. Mike's now using the bandsaw to trim up the edges of the round seats he cut. Then he uses the disc sander to smooth out the edges.
All right, what we're doing is we're fastening the base together. We've got our base cut, top and bottom, and we've put our boards around it in a circle so that we can bend our veneer around these boards.
And we've already pre-marked where the boards are going to go, so they'll be exactly the same as the bottom ones.
The blue team jumped out of the box quickly, too, to start working on their storage box. First, Bob and Mark run 1-inch birch plywood for their frame through the table saw. Then Dale and Mark cut a 2x4 down to a 2x2. Then they'll cut that down later to make the pull handles.